Hey there, my name's Caleb. I am a photographer here at Protography, and today I'm going to take you through an editing session. So just earlier today I shot some soccer. I got a chance to go through, edit everything, make everything look all nice and pretty, and today I'm just going to talk through some of the pictures that I took, some of the decisions I made, and just give some tips and tricks to help photographers improve. And before I get started here, I like to say I am far from a professional. I am not a master by any means, but I have the last year to study and learn and try and get editable. So hopefully I'm just going to try and give some of that advice that I've gotten from people who are a lot better than me to try and help. As well as getting stuff from my own experiences and trying stuff out and experimenting and all that as well. Alright, so here we are. I am editing in Darktable today. I go between Darktable and Lightroom most. This first picture, not bad. You can see the settings down here at the bottom. 169 per second. It's pretty good for soccer. Very, very low. F2.8, fantastic. I'm shooting this on my 72. These 200 millimeters, 100 ISO. It was middle of the day, perfect brightness. Didn't have to worry about that, which is good because this specific camera, this is a D300S, pretty old camera, so it's got ISO. Didn't really bother me. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna adjust. I'm really bad. I'm gonna adjust the white relative exposure. Oh, it's not what I meant to do there. It's a lot better than what I did. Alright, so then you got your vibrance chroma, and you can see how these affect it. But just, for this, I don't think it really needs anything. Exposure, again, doesn't really need. Rotation, this is actually a pretty. A lot of times with I'm not the steadiest, and I don't really use the monopod much, so I'm gonna have a lot of rotating to get exactly level pictures. But in this case, white balance is definitely gonna be big here. I kind of forgot to set it, honestly. So slight adjustments is really maybe. Alright, and then finally the last thing I really need to do in here is crop. So I'll just do here. Activate the crop one. I don't really stick too heavy any kind of ratio. I just gotta stick with right here. I'll just cut it a little more. I think this one's pretty good as far as that. So commit that. Head on back in this. So this one is a pretty good. This looks like one of my first shots of the day. This one. So this one absolutely needs to. So what I'll do is I'll just do it myself actually, because I don't know how to copy and paste. So this one of the big, really good things that I immediately stand out to me in this, plenty of detail in the face, especially too. You can see the reaction, which is really important in sports photography. Making sure that you can see the ball, you can see the reaction of the player, which is most heavily shown by their face. So getting a face in the shot is really helpful. See the ball. See some action there. He's running. Not the best action, but the reaction, which is his face. You can see he's going for the goal. He wants. So that was really good. It has the 3 core principles of sports photography, at least to me, what I've read. That seems to be a pretty good core. It's just something else that stands out to me. You can see this horizon line. It's not a horizon line, but this axis of horizon line. You can see it's very, very. So I'm going to rotate this until I can get that even as that right there. It looks a lot better at about -1 degree. It really. All right, I think that's really all I need to do here, and then I'll just go ahead and crop. Bring it in a good bit. This is one thing I do really like about Darktable over Lightroom is it gives you these little headroom indicators. So you know exactly. And you don't have to follow these all the time, but it gives you generally around. So right here, you got the ball in there, just nice. Everything's frozen. Good action, reaction. There's no opponents in there, similar to the last one, but. Alright, over here, this is one that I wanted to point out as something that I really messed up on, and it's not a huge deal. It's just I missed a shot. This one could have been really good, just messed with the temperature a bit. I forgot to set it before, so I have to do it in every. But I got one fit in there, really good reaction. Is in the air, jumping, super, but missing a foot. And I've messed with this one a little bit. what else? And what I did was I tried it, and it's a little bit better, but you kind of like if you go purely upper body like this and you miss the jump. If you go like this, you're still kind of missing the jump. Like you can't, like it's not the same picture without the jump in there. So that is one that over here. Once again, for this one, you can see the whites are kind of blown out. So what you can do is you can maybe try and turn that down. What? I don't really understand white relativics, but I need to learn how to use that. I wish there was just highlights, and I think there is a highlights. So yeah, I can just turn down the highlights. Oh, but that's very weird. That's not. Go ahead. Once again, to give yourself plenty of headroom, it gives you a little indicator on here, so you know exactly how much you have. And I bring this out a bit more. Yeah, this one's a shot I'm pretty happy with. Plenty of reaction to them, little people. It's a good shot. No ball, not like in-game action, but it's a good. And this is one where I want to talk about. So if I just go through and do all my stuff here, I really don't have to do too much of this. I feel like I did a pretty good job. Maybe rotate a little bit. So like there. If I just crop in, just like I miss the ball a little bit. Make sure. One of the things that I've learned to do while they're in the air is to show the ground, show that they're in the air, not just. Or else, whenever you're looking at it, there's like no thing. You can just see them floating. It kind of looks a little weird. If you can see that, you can tell they jumped up in the air. But that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about here is there's just a person back here. This is what we call, okay. So there's clean and messy backgrounds. A clean background is going to be whenever, if it was just the stands and no people behind them, that would be maybe not great. The ball's kind of cut off the top. But with the players back there, it just kind of makes everything, kind of draws your attention a little bit away here. And that's not what I was going for. That's not what looks the best. So yeah, it's just not. So typically, you want to be somewhere or wherever you take a picture of somebody, you're taking a picture of them with a clean background. So if you can get like something empty. If there's fans all in the crowd, that doesn't make a great picture. And then if there's a bunch of like advertisements and stuff on the wall, that's not great either. It's stuff that just draws the attention away from your subject, because your goal typically is to draw your attention to the subject as much as possible. That's what you want. That nice blur, plenty of, yeah, that's what. Yeah, this one here has plenty of separation. And then I will do rotation stuff as well, because this one's definite. Yeah, this one here, you can tell it's a very sharp image. The focusing is, and you can tell there's nothing in this picture except maybe this guy, but it's very out of focus. So you can kind of crop it around to get rid of, for the most part, and draw your attention more. I'm actually gonna pull this one out a bit. That way, this is definitely your focus here. This is actually a picture I'm really happy with too. Came up pretty. So this is the last one I'm gonna go over today, and it's a bit of an interesting one. This is what's called like momentary confusion, because immediately it looks like he only has one leg, which is a cool picture, but not what we're going for. Let me just crop this in a little bit and make it a little easier to see. So this is I went vertical on this one. Oh, it's just a free kick right here, or a penalty kick. And you can see everything's nice and sharp for the most part. The legs probably aren't the sharpest. But you can see his face is relatively sharp. Pretty good one of it. But the his legs kind of behind them, not good time. Typically what you'd want there is for it to be something, you can see like the leg coming back. You can, maybe if the left leg here was pulled back, and you can see this one coming in contact with the ball maybe a little more. He's leaned forward, but exactly how this is, it's just not. Or if it was more like this, but in contact with the ball, unfortunately that's not. And yeah, with that, I think that is. Thank you guys. As always, check out our website below, protography.tech, link to it, as well as our social medias and stuff. Find out more about. Keep shooting.